but a guy who I think has even been a bigger star in his first 2 years is here at number 1 in Anthony Hill Jr. from Texas, who was a 5-star recruit coming out of high school and has lived up to that so far. Like I said, he's been starting since his true freshman year. He constantly is around the football, whether it be as a run defender, as a pass rusher, or in coverage. Over the last 2 years, Anthony Hill Jr. has 32 coverage stops, tied for the most among all linebackers in the country. 10 sacks, 5 forced fumbles are tied for the most among Power 4 linebackers over the last 2 years. And over the last 2 years, 127 plays where he's made first contact on the ball carrier, the most of any returning Power 4 linebacker. He is a versatile athlete who wears many hats on the Texas defense. He lines up everywhere for that defense. And Dalton, he's a projected top 15 pick right now in the 2026 NFL draft. And usually for a linebacker, it's very, very high. But I could totally see that happening for Anthony Hill next year.
As versatile a playmaker as any linebacker in the country, as any player in the country. And I think you see the downhill speed. You see the size in his tackling. He's an excellent tackler. You can just see the full package is there. The grading is a little bit lower because he had some lower grades in the postseason, in the conference title game, and then in the playoff games. But in the 12 regular season games, an 84.4 overall grade, and then held it together enough against the competition. Clemson, Georgia, Ohio State, those bigger teams that Texas went against. But he's another guy, the heart and soul of this front seven this year. You're losing more defensive linemen. You obviously have Colin Simmons off the edge, but Anthony Hill is such a versatile playmaker, and he's flying all over the field. You're going to see him all over the place again this year.
I'm trying to think when the last time we saw a better linebacker prospect than Anthony Hill, most likely. I'm looking right now, like 2021 maybe. I mean, Devin Lloyd in 2022 was pretty good.
Yeah.
Roby Dean was pretty good. 2021 was like Micah Parsons, but he was like he was seen as a linebacker.
You knew he was going off the edge eventually with the pass
Jeremiah
rush.
Usikoromo was in that class. I did like him a lot.
Devin Lloyd's a good call. I think that's not the last first round pick we had, but I think that's the last highest because he went 13 or somewhere in the teens, early teens.
Maybe you go back to 2020 for true linebacker. Isaiah Simmons is not a true linebacker, but Patrick Queen also. Maybe.
Yeah, it's up. No, Hill is going to be. He's going to be. We don't see top 15 guys go at linebacker much. It's kind of gone the way of running back, where it's like you better be really, Luke Kuechly type of special to go that high. So I think it's definitely he's got a shot for sure. And I think you mentioned it, the combination of size and speed and versatility and the youth. I mean, he's another one. Isn't he only a true junior this year? I mean, you talk about two guys at the top who are true juniors, and him and Torrey and York, and we're going to see them against each other again in the rivalry, this season. But I think that's what you have is that combination of all the tools. That's what you're hoping for, right? You think about Fred Warner in the NFL being the prototype. He can do everything. Jahad Campbell was a first-round linebacker because he could do everything, right? And so many of even these guys in this top 10, they might be great run defenders, they might be great coverage defenders, but Anthony Hill's a rare guy with the versatility to do everything on the field.
And I think people kind of look at linebackers and say, wait, why have we not had so many star linebackers in recent years? Is because now in today's day and age of football, you got to be able to do everything. Like Dalton just said right there, you got to be able to defend the run. You got to be able to beat blocks. You got to be able to rush the passer and play well in coverage too. You got to be able to do everything, and it's hard for guys to be able to do everything. So when you have a guy like here in Anthony Hill Jr. who can actually do everything, that makes him so special, and why he's going to be probably top 10 to 15 pick in next year's draft. So right now he's my number 1 linebacker in college football. Hey, thanks for watching another episode of the PFF College Football Show. Please make sure you guys subscribe to the channel.
Also, subscribe to PFF Plus at subscribe.pff.com for all of the same data and grades that we use in our show, plus fantasy tools, betting tools, and our mock draft simulator.